Hello, welcome to Violet's DIY Style. I'm Violet. If this is your first time to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. Also, click on that bell button so you can be notified every time I upload a new tutorial. And if you enjoyed this tutorial, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and share with friends and family. So today I'm going to share with you how I made these beautiful fall DIY wreaths using mainly Dollar Tree supplies. So let's go ahead and get started with the first tutorial. So I went to my local Dollar Tree and I found these adorable foam mushrooms. So I picked up a package of 2 of those and one of the larger wreaths. They typically have these large wreaths during the fall time. So go ahead to your local store. Hopefully you'll find them there right now. And then I just picked up some few ribbons. Some of these ribbons, as you guys know, if you followed me already for a while, I do pick up at my local thrift stores, yard sales, and just different areas like that, as well as Dollar Tree. So just pick up some of your favorite fall wreath ribbons, especially if they're wire ribbons. They work a lot easier to make this kind of wreath. Then I grabbed some zip ties and just set some aside. You can use any color, any size. I try to use a smaller size for these since it's just going to be to tie together the ribbons. Then just go ahead and start layering and stacking all of your ribbons together. Just start with your thickest and largest ribbon on the bottom and just work your way up, and then go ahead and start tying them on to your wreath. So this is really the easiest part. This is one of the easiest kind of wreaths you can make. You're just going to get your zip tie, put it underneath the wiring, and then just kind of pinch together all of the ribbons that you want in the center of your wiring first. So as you can see, there's 3 rings on this wreath, and I'm just going to use the center ring to do this kind of tying right now. So for the first ring or wrap, I guess you could say, that you're going to use of your ribbons, you start in the center, and these are typically going to be the main ribbons that you want them to stand out, the ones that you may not have a lot of, that you just want bits and pieces of. Use it in the center of your wreath, and then you're going to see that around the first and the third ring of your wreath, you can use just a solid color or just other different kinds of wreaths that you want, or even if you want all of them to be the same, just go ahead and, if you have enough ribbon, add the same ribbon to all 3 of the rings on your wreath. But this is the way I typically do it, just so it can be more budget friendly. I typically try to use the most expensive or the largest ribbons or the prettiest ones right in the center. And then with the additional accent ones, I add to the center ring and also the last ring of my wreath. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. But just go ahead and start wrapping and using your zip ties to add your ribbon to your wreath. So once you're done, just go ahead and cut off any of that extra ribbon that you may have. And as you can see, I actually used 1 whole roll of ribbon for the center of my wreath. And I did have some of that extra larger ribbon, so I'm just going to use that for the center part. And as you can see that you can just typically use 1 ribbon, or you can use as many as you want on each one of them. For this one, which is the center or the closest one, the interior ring on your wreath, I'm just using a single ribbon. And you're just going to do the same thing. I really don't even measure. I just kind of make a little loop and then just add a zip tie. So once you're done adding all of your ribbon, just go ahead and cut off any of that extra zip ties that you may find and see everywhere. Just go ahead and cut those off with some scissors, and there you have it. And then you're just gonna fluff all the bows up that you did make and kind of zigzag them and just make them until you like the way the wreath looks. And basically you can start decorating in this wreath any way you like. I try to keep it with more of neutral colors since it's really not fall, but it is, I didn't want more of the neutral colors. So just go ahead and fluff it up. Then I grabbed my mushrooms and just started playing with them and trying to figure out where I wanted to place them. I did also get some of this moss because I thought it would look really pretty and cute if I add some moss where I'm going to add my mushrooms. So all I did was just grab a bundle of the moss, just add plenty of hot glue to the back, and then just placed it right on top of the ribbon, let that cool off and dry, and then add in my mushroom. And you can add as much moss as you want. You're going to see me add some moss onto the mushroom itself as well. So you can just play with the mushrooms and the moss and just add it anywhere you want. You can make them in little clusters, or you're also going to see that I'm going to make a cluster of mushrooms and then also just add my extra mushrooms in different areas of the wreath too, just to add some of that accent throughout the entire wreath. And you're also going to notice that I did not add a bow to this wreath because sometimes people don't like bows on their wreaths, and I'm one of those people. Depending on what holiday it is, I'd rather not have bows on my wreath. That's just preference. But yeah, you can add a bow if you like, and it would look adorable also. But for this one, I wanted to leave it without, I thought the mushrooms were enough. I didn't need to add a bow to it for my style. So this is what I did. But again, if you like bows on your wreaths, feel free to add it. It'll be a huge bow. It'll look adorable anywhere on your wreath itself. I also had little bits and pieces of greenery that I'm just adding just to add a little bit extra touch to my little clusters of mushrooms. And I think this is so adorable. I'm using it for fall, but I actually really think this, you could use this all year round if you wanted to. It's just an adorable wreath with these mushrooms. I really want to go back and pick up some more of these mushrooms to do some more DIYs for fall, so I can have a theme of mushrooms going throughout my dining room. What do you guys think? Should I do it or should I not? Are you guys interested in more DIYs with these foam mushrooms? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll be more than happy to make some more for you guys. And there you have it. Like I said, an adorable fall wreath using some of these foam mushrooms from Dollar Tree. So the next one is more of a Halloween theme, but it's like a glam Halloween. So what you're gonna do is get the same size large wreath, and then you're just gonna get some pliers or some really sharp scissors, and you're gonna go ahead and cut off a half or just a quarter of your ring or your wreaths to make it look like a crescent moon. So once I cut off those pieces individually, I just went ahead and pinched each corner. Just be very careful because they are sharp, it is wires, so just be careful. Pinch them all together, and then you're gonna go ahead and just use some tape also to wrap those together to make sure that, of course, you don't see the wiring and it's not dangerous and poking everywhere around, and it stays like a crescent moon. So just bend your corners again just to frame it into a moon. To make it look just like this, and then go ahead and grab your tape. And I'm just using some Gorilla tape because I wanted some heavy duty tape on here. And just go ahead and wrap it around as many times as you like. And you're gonna do this to both edges. And there you have it. And then again, just grab any kind of ribbon you want. I'm using this wiring gold ribbon that I had. I believe this is for Christmas, but I had it in my stockpile. And of course, you can use any color you like, and just start gluing it at the bottom part or the back of your crescent moon. Then you're just gonna start wrapping that ribbon all the way around your moon. Just make sure you wrap it around nice and tightly. So just take your time and hold it with one hand while you pull the ribbon with the other one to try to make sure that it stays nice and firm. You want it to make sure that it stays really tight to your wreath. You don't want it to have like bubbles or anything like that, so it can look more put together and more uniform when it's all nice and tight around that wreath. And if you like, you can add a little bit of glue every so often, just to make sure that it all stays in place as well. But I find if you do this nice and tightly and you take your time, you really don't need that glue until the end. But again, if you don't feel comfortable or you don't feel like you're making it tight enough, go ahead and just add some glue every so often just to make sure it stays in place. And then once you're done, just grab any kind of greenery and flowers that you want. As you can see, I'm going with more of that glam theme for this one. So just go ahead and cut each individual feather or leaf. I guess you could call these leaves. I really didn't even see what they said or what they're called. But to me, they're more of like a feather style. So just go ahead and get your ferns and just cut them individually. And then as you can see, I'm also going to cut some of these in half. Just to make sure that I have different sizes to do what I want to do with this crescent moon. Then I just started grabbing all my pieces and gluing them to the center of my moon. And I just take my time, get one piece at a time, kind of play with it, figure out where I want to place it before I actually glue it onto my moon. So just have fun with your crescent moon, figure out where you want to place everything, also depending on the colors you want to use, and then just glue them on as you go. Once you're done adding all of the flower or the leaves that you want to, you can go ahead and start adding your flowers or whatever you want to add to the center. So I decided to add some of these white daisies and 2 of the black roses that I had from the Halloween stash set from Dollar Tree Flowers as well. This was a really easy, and it looks so pretty once it's all put together to make this kind of wreath. So just go ahead and add as many as you like of those flowers into the center. Let everything completely dry, and there you have it, a beautiful crescent moon to use for Halloween or just all year round. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Again, if you did, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and share with friends and family. Until next time, you guys stay blessed. Bye.